Annindita Palaus, and this is my first video from the Q&A Tuesday series that I have finally decided to start doing on a regular basis. You see, I keep on getting these questions from my students and subscribers, and I have always been replying them back via email or even Facebook Messenger. And I have been thinking lately that I should be doing a Facebook Live video so that I can reach more people. And so here is the first video. So without further ado, I will get to today's question. And today's question is from Peter from New Jersey. And Peter is asking, I have recently started my journey towards incorporating more spirituality in my daily life, and I have been reading a lot of the books recommended by you. I have, however, come across two radically different ideas by two very prominent spiritual teachers. One idea being that we need to be selfish enough to do whatever it takes to be happy before trying to serve others. And the other teacher suggests that your life is not about you, it's about serving others. So, as you can understand, I am a little confused and I would love to hear your take on it. Well, that's a very good question, Peter. And in fact, you are not the first person asking this question, and I had the exact same question years ago when I started reading those books, when I first started off on my spiritual path. So before I answer this question, I would like to mention one thing, that in life, there is no black or white. I know because of social conditioning, we are so trained to think in terms of black and white that we think it will be either this or that. But most of the things in life actually are in the gray area. It's never either this or that. A lot of the things you will find is actually this and that. So both are true depending on what context it is being used. Another important thing apart from context is also the intent of the teacher. You know, what is the intention or what is the bigger idea that the teacher is trying to convey? And while these two ideas might seem radically different, but they actually are not. And here is how. It really depends on your state of consciousness. And that is totally my take on it. But this is how I feel about it. That if your consciousness is at a duality consciousness state, you know, there are stages of consciousness development when you are on your spiritual journey. And that is, that is just the way things are. We all go through a process of step-by-step development, and that is absolutely fine. So if you are in a duality state of consciousness, then the question of you versus me comes. And then the whole question whether I should be thinking about others first or should I be serving myself first arises. In unity consciousness, the question of you being separate from me doesn't even arise. So it really depends, what idea the teacher that you are referring to is trying to convey. Of course, we all are aiming towards that unity consciousness, the oneness consciousness, or the Christ consciousness. That is our ultimate aim. But frankly, hardly anybody is really operating from a level of unity consciousness or what we call Christ consciousness. And that is absolutely fine. We are where we are, and that is absolutely all right. It is a journey. It is not really about the destination. So in your journey, if you are at a duality consciousness level, that's absolutely fine. In fact, I have been teaching Reiki, meditation, self-healing, NLP, so many mind-body healing things, coaching for years. And even I can say that I am not at unity consciousness. It would be an absolute lie to say if I claim that I have achieved Christ consciousness, that would not be true. So I can totally understand your question, that how it could be a little bit confusing. So here is my take on it, that when it comes to deciding whether you should be serving others first or whether you should be tending to your own happiness first, whenever you are at a crossroad, when you need to make that decision, whenever you need to make any sort of decision, in fact, always check within and see how the particular decision feels to you. If the decision makes you feel expansive, then go for it, because that means it is aligned with who you truly are. If, however, the particular decision or the particular action makes you feel contracted, maybe anxious or worried, then that is not the right path for you at that point in time. Maybe later on it would be the right path for you. Maybe that is the right path for somebody else. So don't just do something just because some spiritual teacher is doing it. Do what feels right for you at any given point of time. And the best judge is you yourself. When you go within and see and feel for yourself what feels expansive and what feels contraction, that would be your inner guidance to judge for yourself which path you should be taking. And when it comes to deciding whether you should be serving others first or whether you should be making yourself happy first, remember that if you are not happy yourself, you will be of no service to anybody else anyways. Like in the flights, the flight attendants announce that in case of any emergency, always put the oxygen mask on your face first before trying to help anybody else. The same applies to you. When you are operating from a level of unity consciousness, there is really no separation between you and me. So when you do something for yourself, you don't feel guilty about doing something for yourself. So, an act of service, when it is done from a place of guilt or obligation, or even feeling pity or sympathetic, or maybe feeling that, feeling sorry for the other person, feeling like the other person does not have enough resources or is not capable enough, and that's why you need to give that thing to that person, or you need to do a certain thing for that person because they are not capable enough or worthy enough or doing it for themselves. That kind of service is definitely not coming from a place of unity consciousness, or the intention of the teacher that you're referring to when they are talking about your life not being about you but about being about others. I'm quite sure that those teachers are not talking about you doing things for others out of pity or sympathy or feeling sorry for them. When you do something for others that makes you feel good about yourself and your life, that is what those teachers are talking about. And in unity consciousness, when you do something for others, it is the same as doing for yourself. So there is really no difference. It really depends where you are in your spiritual journey and what resonates more with you at any particular given point in time. So it depends, it's a case-by-case situation. There is no one hard and fast rule that you need to be following every single time. The best thing is to follow your internal guidance. Check within. See what feels better. Whatever is in your highest and best good, whatever is true to your core, that would make you feel happy and expansive. You will have a sense of surety about it. When you have doubt or worries, or if it feels like a contraction feeling in your heart or in your solar plexus, that is definitely an indication that that particular path is not really aligned with you in that given moment. So that is definitely not something that you should be taking. So Peter, that was my answer for your question, and I hope that made sense. And now here is my question for you all. Which of these two teachings do you all resonate with? Do you believe that you should be doing whatever it takes to make yourself happy first before serving others? Or do you believe that your life is about serving for others? Also, when you decide to do something for others, do you do that from a place of lack consciousness or from a place of unity consciousness? Remember that unity consciousness is about compassion. It is about seeing the perfection, the underlying perfection that is always there. And it is about abundance consciousness. So when you do something for somebody, thinking that that person is not capable of doing it for themselves, so you have pity or you have mercy or sympathetic, you feel sympathy for them, that is not really the abundance consciousness that those spiritual teachers are talking about. But when you give something to somebody, thinking that there is plenty in this universe, there is an abundance of resources, abundance of everything, and so just by giving to somebody else, you will not have any lack. You will not experience any lack just because you are giving to someone else, because there is nobody else in the room. There is only you, and everybody else in the world is just a reflection of you. That is what unity consciousness is all about. So when you do an action, do you do from a lack consciousness or from unity consciousness? Tell me in the comments, and I will talk to you soon next week on Q&A Tuesday. And if you like this video, then of course like it, comment, and share with your friends and family. Till next time, and you guys have an amazing week ahead. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.